Yeah. Woke up with a vision, it's Professor Bear's day. Ruling the game, coming hard, paving his way. Thoughtful and smart, yeah, the wisdom of man. In a world full of shadows, he's breaking the cap. Lighting up knowledge, hear the people cheer. With every step forward, he's shifting the gears. Professor Bear, yeah, he's claiming the state. With the power of wisdom, watch the ground shake. No mountain too high, no challenge too tough. When you roll with the bear, you know it's
beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma.
Wrestling Society Network. History, heart, and two paws up, baby. This is a Bear's Thoughts, breaking down the legends, the stories that shaped the squared circle. Professor Bear, old school wrestling like you ain't never heard it before. Hosted by the man with more knowledge than steel cages got steel. Only on the Wrestling Society Network.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me this day. I am Professor Bear, and this is a Bear's Thought. And first off, Happy New Year. It's 2026, and we are about to do some amazing things in this year. And I wanted to start off with my amazing guest. But first, before we introduce her, I want to give a quick shout out to two of my sponsors. One is Tag Team Toys and Collectibles. When I was a kid, big wrestling fan. So my dad encouraged that with me, and he didn't mind getting me wrestling rings and figures and stuff. So I was so caught off into wrestling, I decided I'm going to make a federation of my own. So I had my Superman figure, Batman figure, you name it, I had it, and they were part of my collection. So getting older, you had to put away the toys. I decided I'm going to get a good job, and I got a job at Toys R Us. If you never heard of Toys R Us, Google it. You won't be sorry you did. So got a job, I could still get to the action figures. So I bought them. I was going to collect them, and I collected a bunch of them. But as I got older and having a family, you got to put things aside. So I stopped doing it. And recently, I went to clean out my garage, and lo and behold, I found my collectible figures. It was amazing on how much stuff I had. I had the original ECW lineup. I was so blown away. But in this time and age, man, everybody could use extra money. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and sell them. So I'm looking around, and lo and behold, I found a great company in my area of East Tennessee, and they are called Tag Team Toys and Collectibles. And when I tell you they have amazing stuff, man, they have action figures, they have accessories, they have title belts, they have VCR tapes. And for you all who don't know what VCR tapes are, that's that thing in front of my intro that's called a VCR. But I digress. It's just the place to go if you're into collecting wrestling figures. And not also And not only wrestling figures, they have comic books, they have all types of collectible stuff. So go on Facebook and look them up. They are Tag Team Toys and Collectibles. And my other sponsor is Tops Cards and Print on Demands. Have you ever wanted your own trading card? Well, Chops Cards are the #1 indie producers of trading cards. They will make your own personal ones, and it's amazing. So check out Chops Cards and Print on Demand. Again, your #1 for indie trading cards. Now, my guest today is very special in so many different ways. She is only 16, and won our 2025 Women's Wrestler of the Year. She's only been doing this 2 years and has already made a splash in the independent circuits. My guest is Abby Gray. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So, the first thing I have to ask, I always ask my guests this, is how did you start off liking wrestling?
When I was younger, me and my dad and my grandma would always go to Jonesboro and watch WWE. And ever since I was little, I've always watched it. And I was like, Dad, I want to do that one day. And then here I am. I'm doing it.
That is so cool. So, so you started at 14, and how did that come about?
So my uncle and my dad started a business, and it's called TNR Championship Wrestling, and it's based out of Leachville, Arkansas. And my uncle passed away, and I said that my uncle Junior passed away, and I said that I wanted to start wrestling because he's always wanted me in the ring. And then Dad was like, then let's do it. Let's start this together. And so me and Dad started together.
That is amazing. So, how long did you train before you actually had your first match?
I'm still training till today. But when I was 14, started training when I was 14 and didn't have my first match till I was 15. So I trained about a year before I wrestled.
So, how was the training? Was it intense? Was it intimidating? What was it for you?
It was a little bit of everything. Just a little bit of everything.
With with doing that, when you train, were you just training with other ladies, or were you training with guys?
I started out training with everybody, like guys and females, and then Tim Hansen came in and took over the women's division and has been training all of us women.
That is so cool. So, how long, when you had your first match, what was it like for you?
It was only a 5-minute match, but it was very awesome and I loved it. Like, it was in the moment and I was hyped and I was ready.
So, go through how you prepare for a match.
Say that again, you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Tell me how you prepare before you go into the ring.
I usually just like stretch and like get my thoughts together and then I'm ready.
Does it take long for you, you're saying?
Not really. It comes to me because I get out of my head and I'm like, I got this.
That's a good thing, because I've been doing this for a couple of years and I still sit in my head. It's just one of those things. So in your first match, were you just nervous, or had you put that nervousness aside and decide, I'm going to do it. This is nothing. I got it.
I put my nerves aside and I said, I got this. Like, I know I got this.
So, wrestling for the short period of time, what is the most difficult thing that you have been able to overcome wrestling?
The thing I don't like doing is I cannot stand falling. My dad's always taught me, don't ever fall. And if you fall, get back up. And so every time I fall, it was hard for me to get over it when I first started. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. But I kept going.
So, how many times did you quit and then change your mind and kept going with it?
Maybe once or twice. Once or twice at least.
So, is it really comforting knowing that your father is there with you in this journey?
Yes, because I am my dad's baby. Like I'm a daddy's girl.
So has it been any time while you're wrestling that something happened and you looked out and saw your dad where he had to try to control himself to not come in the ring?
No, I don't think he's ever had to control himself not to come in the ring.
Does he do y'all sit and critique your matches any?
Yes.
Do you is it something that you enjoy to learn more about what you do right, what you do wrong, and what you can improve on?
Yes, I love being critiqued so I know what I need to do. What I need to fix.
What is the biggest match in your young career so far?
Um I'd have to say a tag team match with my tag team partner, Maddie Bug Hansen. We kind of rolled our dads up and took the tag team titles from them.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
you so you've already had championship.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What was that feeling like in the moment?
It was awesome because that was our first tag team belts that we've ever won. And it was like, hey, we did it.
That is super cool. So when you found out that you had won wrestler of the year, what was your first thought going through your mind?
When I found out I was wrestler of the year, I was like, there's no way. Everybody's lying to me. There's no way. And when I figured it out, I may have cried.
And hey, I would have cried too because that to get a knowledge, and this wasn't like we have uh, us here at WSN. We don't have any hand into the votes. We leave it up to the fans to do the voting. So, does that make the award even more special for you?
Yes, it does.
Is it knowing that you're what you've been doing in this short career of yours lets you know that you are doing something right and you're entertaining the crowd?
Yes. It makes me feel very, very good inside.
So with that, how many promotions have you wrestled for so far?
3 so far.
And right now, what is your goal as far as what you want to do in wrestling?
My goal is to, when I turn 18, to make it big somewhere and make sure that everybody that I grew with in wrestling knows that I appreciate everything they've done.
With that being said, do you have aspects to being a single champion?
You cut in and out again. What'd you say?
What do you have the expectations of being a singles champion one day?
I have already held a singles title.
Which title is this?
I held the women's women's champion in TNR, WWP, and SCW. Like, it's one title combined, and I held it a couple months ago.
So you're just out there changing the game, winning titles, doing different things. So for you, is it easier to do singles matches or tag team matches, and why?
A little bit of both. I love doing single matches, but I also love doing tag team matches because it gives me a break.
So what is the longest match you've been in your career?
I'd say about a 35-minute match.
As the insiders would say, did you get blown up from going that long?
I actually did not get blown up. It was a tag team match, so I was okay.
So would you like at some point for your dad to manage you, to be your manager?
I don't know, because at first I started out as his manager. I think it'd be pretty good if he would be my manager one day.
So, okay. So your father wrestles also?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, so then that's why he was so okay with teaching you and letting you do it, because
Yes.
he knows the sport as well. So then with that being said, what is one of your favorite matches that your father did?
Actually, it was the match that we had against each other. Like, it was our tag team match, and we went against each other.
Did the crowd know that you were daughter and dad?
Yes, we had a rival going on where it was daughter versus dad a lot.
Wow. So, with that being said, have you thought of some time where your dad put you on curfew or something and you always wanted to get back at him? Did you take it out?
Maybe.
Were you supposed to do something a little bit and you went a little snug with it?
Maybe.
Wow. So so you are a second generation wrestler then?
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. So how are you able to do your wrestling and also keep yourself focused with doing your schoolwork in time? Is it overwhelming at times?
No, not really, because I'm homeschooled. So it's very much easier for me to wrestle and focus on school because I'm on a flex schedule and I can do my work. Say I can do all my work one day next week. I could do my work one day next week and have it all done for next week, and then I could focus on wrestling that weekend.
So besides your father, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Like anybody, or are we talking about like in the indies?
No, anybody.
John Cena.
So then it must have made you a little sad to see him in his final match.
Yeah, I might have cried a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
What is the appeal for you with John Cena?
I started watching him back when I was like at least 2, and like ever since then his motto was always, "You can't see me, never give up." And I've always stuck by that because it was a good quote, never give up. And it made me push myself.
what was your thoughts when he went to being a heel?
I was very sad, but I still cheered for him. So,
Nothing he could do to stop you from being his fan. So tell me about the style of wrestling that you do.
I I just love any type of wrestling. Like anything's my favorite. I love doing everything. So I don't have like a specific thing I like to do.
So do you find yourself watching older matches to get some ideal of something that you could do, or learning the psychology or anything?
I do watch a lot of old wrestling and I watch some of the new stuff too.
So with that, do you think you're more of a grapple type wrestler, or you are more high flyer, or you are just a mix of different styles?
I don't ever like flying, doing high flying things, so grappling is my thing.
So okay, so why do you not like the high flying things?
I'm scared of heights.
So that's gonna limit some of your things you can do then.
Yes, very much so.
Uh have you, so right now, if they told you you could have any opponent, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I'd have to say Rhea Ripley because I have always loved Rhea since she started in WWE, and she's the one girl that I could watch for hours and hours and learn something.
What is, how do you feel with you being on the indies? Do you feel like the women a fair get fair bookings when it comes to indie wrestling?
I can say possibly because there's been a lot of people message all of us women asking for bookings because there's not many women in the indies, so we get a lot of texts asking to be booked.
So how does it feel? I couldn't imagine, but how does it feel to know you have fans out there at 16 years old and you're already living your dream?
It is a very, I'm very thankful because that means I'm doing something right and that I have people following and that I'm I'm doing something right in their eyes.
You definitely are. Have you? Oh well, are you? I'm guessing that you wrestle as a face, correct?
Yes.
Have you thought about wrestling as a heel?
I started out as a heel and I cannot tell you how much I did not like being heel. I did not like it at all.
Okay, so it blows my mind to imagine you being a heel. It, but honestly, I think that is a good move because you need a balance to be able to do anything if the situation comes up. You need to be flexible.
Yes.
What was the worst thing about being a heel?
Um, the worst thing about being a heel was getting cold slurs that I did not like. Yeah.
With being a face and getting cheers and stuff, is there anything that particularly sticks out to you about the fans and their support of you?
Honestly, there's a couple people that follow us anywhere we go, and that really stands out because for them to drive 2 hours, an hour to see us wrestle makes me know that they like enjoying it.
So I ask all my guests this. In 5 years, where do you see yourself in the wrestling business?
I'm seeing myself in a good name business where I can make it known where I'm on TV.
Would you would it be a goal of yours to let to you and your dad to win the tag titles?
That is a very big goal of mine. Yes.
Because I've now that I think about it, I've never seen a father and daughter team win the tag titles. And that will be setting some big history.
I
And
hope it
and
happens.
and that will be just so cool to be able to say, me and my father are the tag champions.
It would be very awesome.
Oh wow. So with your style of no, let me ask you this. What wrestling do you prefer to watch? Do you prefer to watch um, a grappling style, or what do you prefer to watch and to study?
I like to study and watch grappling and like people on WWE. I study them very, very hard, and like when I see a move, I'm like, "Ooh, I want to try that."
So, what is the move that you tried and you can't get it, and you had to keep going and going, and then you finally got it, and you like finally.
Okay. Charlotte Flair's figure eight, where she does her back bend, and I could not get it at the first few days, and then I came back and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. And I finally got it down.
So, what is your finishing maneuver?
My finishing move is the swinging neck breaker.
Have you have you have someone done the swinging neck breaker to you, and you thought, "Oh my God, theirs was a little better than mine."
No, none of I haven't had the swinging neck breaker done on me. Well, actually, yeah, I have. Never mind, I lied. It was actually a very good swinging neck breaker, and so after that happened, I was like, I gotta make mine better. I gotta make it just like hers. I gotta make it a little better, and so I tried and I got it.
Oh, that's cool. How do you get along with the other uh ladies that are wrestling, and do you ask for um critiques from them and any advice?
Um, we get along very, very good. We're all very close, so it's like, we all talk about wrestling and everything and what we all need to work on because most of us all started together. Like all the women mostly started together. Besides Tim Hansen's wife, she started a way before we did, but she's getting back into it now, and so she'll help us out a little bit and tell us, hey, we got to work on this.
So with this new year, what is your goal for this year now? What is the immediate thing that you want to accomplish?
To get my name out more than it is now.
How would you feel to get ranked in the PWI's top 250 women's division?
I would be very honored. that's like a big, big thing. Like it's a big step for me.
And did you know about the Indies 500 rankings?
I did not.
There, me calling myself a professor, I just found this out myself that there is an independent wrestling ranking for men, women, and tag team. I thinking about it, I don't know the name, but I promise once I get that information, I will send it out to you because they go all around the country. And I think it was in November their rankings came out. So that could be a good goal for you too. With that being said, um, if you could get any person, any guy instead of a woman this time, what guy would you love to wrestle and why?
I'd have to say John Cena because I've always been a big fan. I'd love to wrestle him.
So you would definitely want him out of retirement. And
Yes.
do you think you could easily beat him, being the fan that you are?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
Would you like to? Is there a particular promotion that you would love to get into and be able to learn more about the craft that you do?
I can't think of their name, but they're out of Tennessee, and we know a guy that wrestles there, and he runs it, and he comes and wrestles for us, and we've talked, and we found out that I don't have to be 18 to wrestle in Tennessee, so I can go wrestle there if I ever wanted to, and it's just a big thing for me if I want to wrestle into a different state. So I think it'd be awesome to go to that promotion.
So if I was just wanting to start like you, what advice would you give me to start out training for wrestling?
I tell you to just be positive and never give up on yourself, that you've got it and you can always do it, and never say I can't, because you always can.
Do you see yourself as a role model?
I don't see myself as a role model, but I've got told that people see me as a role model, but I've never thought of myself like that.
I think you are definitely a role model for the fact as young as you are, you've already won titles, you're competing, you have gotten wrestler of the year. That says a lot, and it gives other people, not just kids but adults like myself, it gives us hope and boldness. You showing that you can compete and do things. Why not have the same attitude? Why I can do it if I put my mind and heart into it. So I think you are a bigger role model than you really understand.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. What is it like for little kids to come up to you?
Um, it's very like thank you. Like I know you see me as a role model. It really makes my heart feel good.
It's so cool. Well, before we go, feel free to give shout outs to anyone you would like. Promote your promotion. This is your time. Please use it.
Thank you. January 10th in Paragould, Arkansas, Wrestling with Pride will be doing a show there. I can't think of the name of it. I'm so bad with names. I am so bad with names. But come out and support. It will be at the Paragould Fairgrounds. Then January 17th is called Chill Out, and it's in Leachville, Arkansas, 211th 11th Street. Come support us there. And then January 24th, we will be in Batesville, Arkansas for the Phil Hansen. I don't remember the name of it, but it has to do with one of the owner's dads that passed away, and they're doing a memorial thing for him. But I don't know the address of that.
Well, let me thank you. I am so honored to meet you. I'm so happy for you and your family for everything that you're doing. I'm so glad that you won the female wrestler of the year. It speaks so much for what you're doing, your skills, and that so many people believe in you. And I want to encourage you to keep trying, to keep doing what you're doing. And anytime that you ever want to come back on a Bears Talk, all you have to do is let me know and we will get it worked out. I will definitely start singing your praises and letting more people know about you. And again, thank you so very much for being who you are, and continue great luck in the business.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Guys, girls, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This is one of my favorite podcasts. It goes to show, if you have heart and conviction, you can live out your dream. And even if you can't, at least try, because you can say I tried versus I wish I had. And that's such a big thing that we can use not only in wrestling, but in life in general. You got to have confidence in yourself. So with that being said, as I always say, please, please, please support your local indie wrestling. You never know what gems you will see now and in the future may be the world heavyweight champion of a promotion. You never know. So give support to them. Let them know how much they mean to you and how much you mean to them. And again, we will be back around the campfire very, very soon. I am Professor Bear, and this has been a Bear's Thought. Y'all have a great evening.